Did you guys see any of the story on the Lakers this morning? Jeanie Buss is now firmly in control, which I think she should be. They finally got this thing settled. The brothers came to their senses, and they are out of the picture now. She can concentrate on the basketball court instead of the court of law.
That's right.
But I was glad to see some semblance of stability return to that organization after all the things that have gone on here in the last 3 or 4 months with, Jeanie Buss and Mitch Kupchak. I like Jeanie. I think Jeanie does a good job. I think she's a very good executive. I think she knows the business. She's well connected. I think that's a big relief off her shoulder. Finally have this thing over and done with, and the brother's pretty much out of the picture.
Yeah, I think she's a good guardian and a good executive of the Laker legacy. The mistake, obviously, Jim Buss, other than being, he's kind of one of those kids born on third base, thought he hit a triple and owns some racehorses and thinks he can run a basketball team. And that just wasn't the case. Jim Buss was over his head from the beginning. He's not Jerry, and he's not even Jeanie, apparently. But so he's out, but Johnny is still involved. He's still on that board of trustees. Yeah. And then and so is the other sister, Jeanie, yeah, who is kind of socked in and is on the side of Jeanie. So it looks like things have cooled down. I think there will always be that little thing under the surface as long as Johnny's still involved. Yeah. And there was no money settlement. It was just my lawyers and this contract are better than anything you got to throw at me.
Wonder what Jim Buss is going to do for a living. He's never worked a day in his life.
Maybe he goes back to the ponies.
Yeah, Daddy just financed all his hobbies and whatever he wanted to do. Buy him a race car, buy him a pony, whatever. Yeah. He never worked really earned a penny on his own. So I don't know what he's.
Yeah, one of the things that we talked about off the air was that contract, the Kobe extension, and my thought that I tweeted out was, what would GM Rob Pelinka think about that contract, that $49 million contract extension that agent Rob Pelinka helped negotiate for Kobe back in the day?
That's an interesting question.
It totally hamstrung the team. It was Jeanie essentially saying he is, a untouchable historic landmark, and it was the TV deal.
Exactly.
Marketing deal. It was a lot of things that had little to do with basketball. My only beef about what Jeanie's done.
Yeah, that's legitimate.
Yeah, but it was a big contract that hurt us.
And at that stage in his career, he was not nearly worth that kind of money.
Right.